Hey, this is Paul. Here's an important lesson if you get overwhelmed with online business, you get frustrated because it doesn't seem to be happening fast enough, and you feel like giving up. Yesterday, I ran my fastest 5 miles ever. My fastest, not the fastest. I did my first 5 miles on September the 9th of this year in 54 minutes and 15 seconds. Yesterday's time was 43 minutes, 43 seconds. That's more than 10 minutes difference. That brings us to today. I got up. I did not want to run. I wanted to go get a fried steak biscuit from Hardee's and some hash rounds. And no, I don't even care if that didn't sound good to you. Instead, I put on my stupid running shoes, slapped on my iPhone to my arm, and I started out. I hated it so much I even stopped listening to the audio I was listening to. I felt like I was just stumbling along. I was semi-praying that a car would swipe me and put me out of my misery. And finally, I made it back to the house in 46 minutes and 52 seconds. Just 3 minutes off my best time and 7-something better than my worst time. So here are some lessons. Number 1 is commitment. Dang, I did not want to go running today. And you'd think that I'm glad I went. Well, I'm still not thrilled about it. I'm not sitting here patting myself on the back for remaining true. I'm tired. But if you're going to serve a market and you're going to make money, you got to stay committed. Some days will be your fastest times and some days will stink. Some days you'll love it, some days you'll hate it. It's just the way it is. Get over it. Number 2, consistency. Yesterday was my fastest because I began running in July. The total miles for the month, 9 miles. But I didn't quit, even though every step felt like molasses today. Day after day, you have to keep going. Go for the cumulative effect in your business, not just the current experience. The current experience can often be terrible, and we can feel like giving up. We can feel like stopping. But judge it based on what you've cumulatively done and what you're shooting for rather than what's happening right now. And that brings us to number 3, which is change. Unless I get injured or I quit, I'll never be as slow as I once was. There's no going back. Heck, today I felt awful and I couldn't do my once worst. Did you hear that? Today I felt awful and I could not do my once worst. Once you start going forward, there's no going back. The first time is always the hardest. It's always the worst. And then it gets easier. And then you have a rough day, but you still can't go back to your worst day. You see, you can't go back to not knowing how to get a domain. You can't go back to not understanding how to upload something or how to make a post on WordPress. You can't go back. The Shirelles put it this way. Mama said there'd be days like this. Well, Mama and the Shirelles were right. But who cares, even if our bad performances today? Because they can't compare to our very first move. We've been changed for the better. So keep running after your goal. Success is not an accident.